All right, everybody, we're here to draft a one-day, five-film film festival from one of the greatest horror directors of all time, just a good-ass director in general, Wes Craven. So we're doing this draft style. If a movie's been picked, we cannot replicate it. Leave in the comments your five-film Wes Craven Film Festival and let us know which festival you would most like to attend. All right, so I'm up with the first pick. There's a lot of great Wes Craven.
It really is.
But I have to take my personal favorite Wes Craven movie, The People Under the Stairs. Nice. Numero uno. That's what I'm taking.
Nice. I like that. That's a good opener. Shit. I'm gonna take what I think is actually. No, it's not. You know what? I'm just gonna say it. I'm gonna take A Nightmare on Elm Street. I think it's just unbelievable.
Okay, that's actually probably the best Wes Craven movie. But I'm gonna. You know what?
People Under the Stairs is pretty great.
People Under the Stairs is pretty great. So now I got a tough choice. Do I go also huge franchise? I'm doing it. I'm taking Scream number 2.
Nice.
I'd be remiss if I didn't take Scream. He helped bring in the wave of slasher. He kind of reinvented the slasher in the 90s when it really needed it.
Right.
I think you have to honor Scream here.
I think so. That's good. I'm going to actually take Scream 2, which I think is a really great meta sequel narrative. And I think it's probably one of the only actual horror sequels is really like has not to say, but like really improved itself on its franchise somehow without being like completely repetitive. I love Scream 2.
Yeah, that's okay. I don't want to just do all the let me see. I'm going to take The Serpent and the Rainbow number 3.
Nice.
That movie had some scenes in it that fucking scared me to death when I was a kid.
Absolutely.
I'm very claustrophobic, so there are things in that movie that have like still haunted me through my life. I'm taking The Serpent and the Rainbow number 3. I think a very underrated Wes Craven movie. Also a wild-ass behind-the-scenes story. If you go watch Cursed Films on Shudder, I wouldn't say it was actually like a cursed film, but it's very fascinating production story. So, Alex, number 3.
Nice. Number 3, I'm going to take Vampire in Brooklyn. I really love Vampire in Brooklyn. I think it's like
it's an underrated movie at this point.
It is. Like Eddie Murphy's doing something very different than I think a lot of people thought. Like a lot of people went in thinking it was one thing. It's completely different. I love it.
Okay. I already have done Scream, which is kind of a Wes Craven reinvention, right? I'm going to pick Wes Craven going back and reinventing something once again. I'm going to take New Nightmare. I think New Nightmare is just one of the best Nightmare on Elm Street movies. It's such a great kind of meta recapturing of what that movie was. And Wes Craven loves meta horror. So I'm going to take New Nightmare as my 4th film.
Nice. My 4th film, I'm going to use. This is one that when I first saw it, I thought was fucking stupid and hated it. And I was like, why did I watch this movie? And since then have actually come to actually really think it's kind of brilliant, really enjoyed it, which was Red Eye with Cillian Murphy.
I like Red Eye too. I know Cillian Murphy hates it. And now he's like a big Oscar guy.
I know.
I like that movie.
I thought it was really stupid the first time I saw it, and like subsequent views, I'm like, wait, why did I think this was stupid? This movie is good.
This is super fun. Okay, so I'm torn because there's some really good kind of those little small 80s movies gems that he had in there. But if it's on the board for my final pick, I have to take The Hills Have Eyes. I've always really enjoyed that movie. It's very grimy and dusty and gritty. I really have always loved The Hills Have Eyes. So that's going to be my final pick.
I'm going to say, wait, did I do 5? Do I have a final pick here?
Yeah.
You started, right?
I picked first, yeah.
I think I'm going to go back to the beginning and say I think my final pick's Last House on the Left. I think that movie's fucking awesome. Metal as hell.
It's a hardcore addition to the list. But it came out and made a swing, dude. This was when he went from being a guy who was working in porn to making a movie.
A veritable pornucopia, if you will.
But it was kind of the birth of a horror titan, man.
It was sort of metal, yeah.
All right, so that's our Wes Craven film festivals. Be sure in the comments to tell us which festival you would most like to attend of our 2. And also let us know which 5-film Wes Craven film festival you would program.